Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to look more at TexTalks BattleTech, Exodus to Elementals, a Primer to the Clans Part 2. Yeah, we're just going to jump right in. I don't know what we're getting into. I made a point not to look forward to it, but we're getting closer to things being really bad because last time around, really cool stuff happened, and I made sure to cut it right before the very heavily implied, oh fuck, moment happened. Unfortunately, that means it is happening now. I don't know what's about to happen. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like it, though. Wonderful. Just wonderful. And unfortunately, that is just coffee. Yeah. We're going to this sober. Joy. So if you haven't already, link below, original video, hit it up. It's text, it's good. It's going to hurt like a bitch because he does a damn good job showing exactly what happens in the most heart daggery style possible. Specifically a dagger made out of liquid shit that somehow compresses hard enough to break the skin, pierce the heart, and then just infect you so you feel dirty all over as it seeps through your veins. For anyone who's watched this already, I've seen the comments. You know exactly what I mean. You have my condolences. Yeah. For everyone who hasn't, yeah, also. Much yeah. Let's get started.
From what spotty records we have,
and it begins.
We know there was a brief standoff. They left without shooting anybody. But what followed proves the point that Nicholas Kerensky had no room in his heart for dissidence to his brave new world.
What did he do?
Challenges to his authority.
Everyone's been telling me in the comments for a while now that Clan Wolverine survived because when they came for them, they were already gone. And that they may or may not be the Minnesota clan, who I don't know if there's been a video on. I haven't asked ahead. But I'm wondering, are they lying to make it easier right now? Or are there going to be like tons of battles where they start to get slaughtered and then most of them are gone? I don't... God, I'm literally trying to put off finding out just because I don't want to find out the wrong thing.
The clanners reacted as you might to this news. Nukes were involved, as was the duplicity on the part of other clans. Clan Wolverine was more or less framed for some very dark deeds.
Oh.
And accordingly, took the brunt of the blame. Nicholas Kerensky swiftly called for a trial of annihilation. According to the clans, Wolverine ceased to exist. They purged them from memory. They became the Unnamed Clan. And to this day, it's such a deep psychological scar that calling a clanner a Wolverine, or even comparing them to one inadvertently, is such an insult that it will start a brawl. What really happened to Wolverine, though?
Now that's interesting. Considering it doesn't sound like they did anything after being accused. Oh, this is probably one of those ideas where everyone believes exactly what the leader said, so the propaganda is perfect, so whatever they were accused of, and definitely not trained for, is exactly what happened. But also, it's literally fooling no one. It's just, you know, groupthink. Yeah. Orwell had fun with this one.
Will be discussed in a future episode. Believe me, the story,
as far as I know, there is no future episode yet.
Deeper than I can cover here.
I'm looking forward to that episode when we get to it in a decade. It'll be worth it.
The road didn't end there. And that when the smoke had cleared, Nicholas Kerensky discovered a good chunk of the clan missing, along with some ships from the mothballed Fleetson system. Among them, a number of warships. But as I said, that's...
Oh. Okay, so I assume they just GTFO'd. And Nicholas was trying to purge all the Star League stuff, which is what Wolverine was doing. But they have multiple warships. A warship is still a big deal even for the clans. I'm not sure how valuable they would be at this time because I'm assuming there's been attrition just on sheer... I mean, the Exodus itself was a bitch to get through. And then the wars and the internal civil wars they had amongst, well, the Exodus fleet and then what became the clans. And then just general ship warfare, which probably started dying down after this point. But just multiple warships? If it's 2, that's a huge amount. If it's 1, it's a huge amount. If it's 3 to 10, I honestly don't believe it's 10. but that would be a lot of ships. Wait, it's multiple ships from the mothballed fleet and multiple warships because it's plural. Realistically, how large was this clan for them to take? There has to be some kind of estimate. You know what, there probably is, and it's probably going to be when he eventually gets to the video on what I've been told becomes the Minnesota clan. Sorry, tribe, because they're not a clan. Oh, that's why they're the tribe, because they're not clans anymore. They're yeah, okay, that actually makes sense why they had that little name change. Oh. Still, though, I was expecting to hear something like horrible, horrible thing, and everyone's lying to me about them escaping. It's like, no, they didn't. And I'm just kind of happy about that.
A story for another time. I only bring
Looking
up
forward to that
Clan
one.
Wolverine to highlight one point. A brave new world requires sacrifice.
Specifically, Nicholas, you should sacrifice him.
On making others bear that responsibility.
Yeah, that's why.
From here on out, disobedience.
Oh, wow. Okay, one, we're going back to Star League era art where the mech is way larger. But let's just stop for a second and look at this. This is some... Okay, first, random guy in armor with looks like a rebreather fitted on almost as a beak. Guy looks like a prisoner and how he's in an almost jumpsuit uniform. I have no idea what the fuck this homeless looking man is doing, but it looks like he's wearing a toilet bowl around his neck, like right out of Dark Souls with the wheel spokes. Sorry, Elden Ring, my apologies. And then there's this thing, because that's it looks like his face is partially augmented, and it's not actually his face, but actually something that's like a mask he's wearing, because he has that really long smile, but it's actually too close to the nose and too far from the chin, and it goes a little further than your like actual smile should go back, so it's kind of really disturbing. So it's not actually a real face. It looks like someone doesn't actually have a face and just wearing a faceplate, kind of a la Warhammer 40k tech priests, and it's freaking me out, man. What the hell is going on here? It's probably a riot breaking down, and I'm assuming this is probably something happening in Hemisphere that they're using, but dear God, this is one of the more disturbing pieces of art. Oh, wow. And just the smugness. Sorry, the art here is really evocative of what the fuck. I think this guy's trying to calm him down, but honestly, if someone told me this was 40k and he's about to shoot a lightning bolt, I would fully believe he's a psyker. It does actually fit.
Disobedience would
minus
mean
the,
death.
mech right above him.
It would mean culling. It would mean
awesome.
Control through secret police, through repression and punishment.
Yeah.
This would be a society built on law, order, tradition, and most importantly,
of course it's
a very careful definition of honor. And all of those would be
very
defined
controlled one.
by Nicholas Kerensky's own twisted whims. Tragically, planners didn't learn from the Wolverine problem. Unaddressed and unresolved differences between fiercely competitive clan structures would continue to plague the nascent civilization for some time. From the records I have, I can firmly say that Clan Wolverine wasn't the only clan that disappeared in this time period.
Oh.
They snuffed the Widowmaker clan as well. Again, there's more to it than that.
Really?
You see, clanners just can't play rock, paper, scissors to solve a dispute. Nor do they lecture very well.
That's not nice.
Okay, one, did they change the coloration on him? He looks like he's American colored now, red, white, and blue. Minus the green. But more importantly, finding out that the clans are actually a bunch of assholes. Not entirely, of course, it does go by clan. But also it's like, yay, remember how sometimes we're kind of gonna be like assholes? It's like, we lost. Fuck you anyways. I am the shock. It's like Nicholas Kerensky is an idiot who's just a megalomaniacal, idiot. He's trying to beat out what he thinks is wrong with humanity, but ignoring the fact that he's literally just making it worse in a different way. One that's ultimately less destructive, but not entirely destructive. He's just cutting out the memory of anything that makes it as bad as it could actually be. Again, their size at this point is just tiny. Granted, he's going over an entire frame where this might not be his entire doing. It's just his fault in general. I have some recurring issues with the clans, and this is just rubbing it in.
We agreed you'd get to talk. Once. You said bargained and done.
That is fair.
thank you.
Honor!
Anyways, clanners tend to solve disagreements by having a
Huh, a stalker. It really looks weird looking like this.
a trial involving combat. And if people disagreed beyond that, they follow it up with a war. The end of the Widowmaker clan began with what was supposed to be what the clanners called a trial of absorption, wherein one clan gets sponged up by another.
But
Widowmaker Khan Cal Jorgensen was dueling Wolf Khan Winson, and the winner would determine the fate of the trial and all those who followed them. Clan Wolf was winning, and fairly, so the story goes, which made a few Mechwarriors from Clan Widowmaker rather angry. Those Mechwarriors decided to step in and sort the situation out their way. And so Nicholas Kerensky stepped in to remind everyone of the rules. On October the 7th, 2834, in what is essentially a slap fight over who gets to wave what flag over what stuff. A stray shot from Cal Jorgensen's Highlander relegated Nicholas Kerensky to the past tense. The man who took his father's dream and used it to found the clans died as a mere referee in a fight that the culture he engineered demanded of the situation. Clanners took this death poorly.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it. The fucking bastard died in the most ignominious way possible. Not even in a battle. He literally is probably in his last moments going, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted to go down honorably and probably never actually die. Maybe have them make something that can make me just keep alive forever. Let's just harvest organs to keep them in. I mean, honestly, they have such good gene tech prior to Exodus that if they had kept any of that there, I'm not going to be surprised if someone tells me Canopus actually just randomly has body replacements. Like, they'll just do that because some of the shit they've said about their man, it doesn't happen often, but every now and again, someone makes a mention of things and then they have a source. Some of the shit that happens in Canopus that's 40K-esque. Still not as bad because it's just human level bad, but also, yeah. I just love the idea that he died ignominiously. That for all his vaunted bullshit and self-aggrandizement, it's literally just, hey, your system sucks, there's obvious issues, and I love that Widowmaker is the one getting the headshot, also because, I mean, it's funny that he's, you know, they have a Widowmaker, it's literally a term for killing soldiers, and they killed him that way. I'm not going to make a reference to the Bungie aspect even more than just saying it right now, just because... Wait, did I say Bungie? No, I meant Activision Blizzard. Fuck them. Literally, just no. If you don't know why I'm saying that, if you look it up, it's very depressing and honestly kind of enraging. I just... Yeah. I mean, Diablo Immortal is not the worst thing that's happened. It's horrible, but...
and decided to work through their wounded feelings in the typical manner. They annihilated most of the Widowmakers.
Yeah,
led Clan
what a surprise. When they're pushed with anger, they'll still do the normal war thing like the Innersphere.
The assembled clans have each joined ranks in Kerensky's name and continued the work laid down by their founder. And
it's a bunch of zealots triggered by their
past
loss, but honestly probably just using it to further their positions amongst each other.
Based on an archaic sense of honor, ritualized combat, and frankly medieval combat trials for everything ranging from promotions to who get what shit, the clanner civilization would grow. Strangely enough, through their combined efforts, they began to finally prosper. There is an ancient Terran joke that sums up my feelings of Nicholas Kerensky's legacy, and it goes like this. It is said that none should speak badly about the dead. Nicholas Kerensky was dead, and that is good. Now that you're done sighing.
I've never heard that specific aspect of the joke before. I've heard that you shouldn't speak badly about the dead. So he just says it's good. Oh, that amuses me so much. Also, nice little edit there, just distorting the face in the right ways. You can see where the lines of the blur are going, but it works perfectly. Just a little downturn of the eyebrows, a little more of the frown line, just a tiny bit. It works. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm sure a lot of people die, but fuck that guy. Like, literally, so much of the psychosis that is the clans. There's so many good aspects to them, but then he just... Seriously, it's like the kid was strangled pre-birth. Like, was he just born with a noose around his neck or something? Like, just not enough oxygen in there? Maybe just a few brain cells, like, surgically removed via bullet, and somehow we weren't lucky enough to let the rest of it go?
Let's move on. With all this set in motion and new ways replacing the old, clanners began to enjoy a period of peace and prosperity. Without Nicholas Kerensky's direct influence, meddling, or troublesome interpretations of his father's wishes,
what a surprise! They got better without him.
The right and freedom to choose what was best for them. From this point forward, you can see each clan starting to develop more in the shadow of their clan's leadership and foundational warrior caste than Nicholas Kerensky's direct mold. With this, each clan was free to develop a sense of identity.
And this right here is the ultimate irony. Nicholas, at least as far as Tex has done it, has always had 3 big things that were always his goals. Well, 2 that he stated, 1 which is blatantly obvious. The first one that's obvious but he doesn't state is me. He's an aggrandizing fucking asshole. We know that. The 2 he will state are to ignore or to avoid and just strip out the neo-feudalism that the inner sphere has fallen into, and all that ruinous aspects and all the basically internal divisions that they're so separate that they cannot work together, that they are just their own little worlds unto themselves, fighting uselessly, which I mean is completely accurate. But also, by his death and things getting better, they're also going back to the exact things he was trying to avoid. Unfortunately, the only one that did actually help and stick around is the part that he wanted the most, and they aggrandize him, so it's kind of annoying that he got 2 out of the 3, and it's the one that actually annoys me the most that they decided to keep and do. Yeah, but we're going to ignore that because it just kind of warms the cockles in my heart. I keep saying cockles, but honestly, I'm probably misusing that. It's a slur. It's probably a slur. I don't think it is, but I've been wrong plenty of times.
Something that continues to this day, after widespread expansion throughout their territories, and now with the freedom to self-determine to a scale never thought before possible. There was a period of time, which is called the Golden Century.
Only a century? Ooh, intermission. Usually this is the funny part. Factovision? Oh. The Black Planet's Legion Department of Information. Now with more 300%... More gob. What's gob? Okay. Not evaluated by any legal or governmental entity. Check with your priest, mechanic, layperson for more information. Yeah, that makes sense considering most priests and or mechanics are basically Comstar, which is a religious mech institution. Not tech priest, just priests that use tech. Slightly better. Texas top 10 list of underrated dinner choices? Oh. I'm actually curious about this. Bacon, bacon, bacon wrapped steak, bacon, 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 bacon. Steak though, really? Not fish? Odd choice. I mean, I guess it kind of works. I mean, just what kind of steak are we talking? Beef steak, a pork steak, lamb steak? Probably not lamb because the cooking aspects would be just a little too tough. Honestly, I personally go fish depending on what type of fish. It can actually go really well because it's really salty as opposed to some of the fish that's more savored. Depending on how you cook it, it's actually a nice little mix. Mike's top 10 list of underrated dinner choices. Is it just going to be bacon again? I'm going to laugh. It's just bacon again. Hot dogs? Wait, people underrate? No, I'm judging you on that one. Hot dogs are underrated? I'm pretty sure the joke here is that it's great. And that's why I'm saying it's underrated, because people think even though it's good, it's great, and you're underrating it for not saying so. That said, dude, No one says that. It's a disgrace to hot dogs to imply anyone doesn't have the correct understanding, because anyone who doesn't like hot dogs is wrong. It's not that it's underrated, they're just wrong. Really, man. Tex doesn't like being made to feel special, doesn't celebrate his birthday, has trouble with all the newfound attention from strangers, and feels horribly awkward at social gatherings. He favors a good job message at most. Tex reads and keeps all the nice letters he receives and reads them when he's feeling low. God damn. Tex does seem like an awesome guy. Tuck Davian. Oh, wow. Tysa Davies. And many other kind members. That's a person's name. Well, me not being able to say something's not unusual. Other kind members of the BattleTech community have gone out of their way to show Tex he's loved. Tex doesn't know what to do about this. Any tips would be appreciated because he often reacts with, holy shit. The BPL has a podcast, link below. And on a scale of 0 to 10, it's an absolutely solid 7. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, considering I say Trash Taste is an 8. This song is called Pink Bikini. Oh, Pink Bikini. Okay, I see. Sorry. For some reason, whenever you space things out differently, it makes it hard to read. Especially in this font where I keep wanting to say those are L's for some reason. It's because they have the shape, but it's backwards, and it throws me off. And is by Kumakin? I'm probably mispronouncing that. His SoundCloud is below. Message him. Hire him. He writes badass music. He even written music for the commercials, production of the games, commercials. You might... Ooh. You want something fun or weird? He's your Met. I do like fun or weird. Goat also writes music. His SoundCloud is linked below. He did the battle hymn. Ooh. For the Mechwarrior, among many other quality tunes. Nice. When he's not shitposting, he's a great DM and enjoys being generally uplifting. You can hire him to write music. Wait. No. I'm sorry. There's a DM who's uplifting. Maybe it's just my experience, but every DM I've met is generally one of two things. Like, okay, we can do this. I got a plan, but we'll see what works. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Also, okay, rocks fall, everybody dies, except unless you make this roll. But then we'll just have some more fun with it. Or... You're not allowed to die yet. It gets worse. It's usually two variations of that. I usually get the second one. Uplifting and DM at the same time. It's like split personality, the only thing I can think there. Nice little beat in the background. Our third music man is Jekyll. He's trained in choir, classical music, and is an actual fucking mariachi? Oh, nice. He did Dropship Thunder and has a Sarna credit? Damn! His SoundCloud is also below. Why did I read so slow? Oh, check this shit out. Yeah, good. That makes sense. Tex was interviewed in Sarnanet and was so humble he was even approached. He strongly feels like he's just another voice in the choir and not really all that remarkable. Link below. Bullshit! I mean, just the voice alone. I know I went over a huge thing about it in the first videos, watching anything with Tex. It's just like he has such a distinctive voice. I know he mentioned, at least he actually commented, that his voice is due to more medical issues, but goddamn, does it stand out as massively recognizable. It's one of those voices where you hear him and you know who he is. If he walks into an empty room and there's someone who knows what his voice sounds like, they will be able to home in on him and go, oh my God, you're Tex. And if they're not me, because I'm an idiot, I can't do shit, they'll be able to go like, that is amazing. Cool. You do awesome shit. And it'll be deserved. And apparently it'll like freak him out because awesome shit is apparently freaky to him. But still, just, Also, Mike's Moss in the U.S. Army was 92F. He's known a lot about Bernie juice. I want to say it's or some kind of gas. I was going to say propane. It's probably more fuel, but also maybe it's napalm. I mean, it isn't. Would it? I actually don't know. The cop in Far Cry 5 with a cop is actually a cop and a Navy veteran. Oh. He often says, Jesus Christ, guys, and then laughs at most of our shenanigans. He's been on the front lines during this whole thing and busting ass. I just wanted to put this here to honor him for being an exceptional human being, because he is. Discount Dan was a... Wait. Discount Dan was for a time a real-life firefighter, his favorite... Okay, so I'm guessing this is the character, not the person playing Discount Dan. Maybe. We'll see. His favorite pizza place is 99 Cent Fresh by the Chrysler Building in Manhattan East 43rd Street. think I should know that one. To deal with quarantine, the BPL put up Project Zomboid server. It instantly evolved into tribes. One was called Bean Bandits. They stole people's beans with judicious use of fire axes. Why? Digs with hands of the BPL got his name because he almost died digging with his hands and probably zomboid? Nick has never forgiven him for this. That monster. Mr. Nick of the BPL is a sergeant in the United States Air Force. His hobbies include playing games like Anno, shitposting. Oh, okay. That it was the voice being the voice behind Steiner Command, and that's what they just played. Oh. BPL has an enormous amount of military veterans. It wouldn't take much to form a nation or fringe cult. Just saying. Hashtag Project Mayhem. I need to actually check if that's a hashtag. Tex made Mike a mountain of corn dogs and tendies while he edited the Blackjack episode. Why the Blackjack episode in particular? This episode took 2 months to make. The long ones generally do. And the best case scenario is they take 855. Oh, sometimes they take upward of 12. Yeah. I'm sorry, I thought they said 1,200 hours for an episode. And people keep telling me, Tex, the Black Pants Legion, they don't take money for this shit. To which I am saying, fix that! This level of quality, that many hours put into it, I just... I don't even know how to comprehend some of this. Oh my God. This was one of the... Oh, so this was a 1,200 hours. Thanks for being patient. I mean, it's awesome, but god damn. Texas source of information on how batshit crazy the clans are is none other than Blaine Pardoe. New York Times best-selling true crime writer, author, BattleTech lore guru, and qualified shitposter. Blaine consulted with Tex, and is a really nice guy. To Tex, anyways. Oh, there's a story behind that last line. If you're looking for a decent BattleTech community to join, Tex recommends Everything BattleTech, everythingbattletech.com community. You'll find a Discord link there for their community. If you ever wanted to find a game or a living community for it, go there. I actually heard about this one. There was a minor update because of legal issues. They had to change the name from BattleTech. I think it's Everything Wargaming now. But as far as I know, there was more someone with rights to BattleTech was causing a fuss. Not just a fuss, but a fush. It's like a fuss, but there's more you involved. So from what I heard, I think it was actually the guys at Paradox got in contact with them and just said, hey, heads up. And I don't really know what happened from there. I'm missing a lot of the details, but they changed the name and a lot of the branding of the website. That said, it's still up, and you can still use it for BattleTech. It's more just a user-generated content as opposed to their actual name. Could be wrong, though. Because, I mean, it's me. If you join and scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a BPL section where Tex hides. He's generally shitposting in there. Also, don't be a dick. Let's be good mech folks. Yeah, I mean, that's just good news in general. Tex's hobbies. Oh, I should be curious about this. Firearms, writing, role-playing games, video games, hanging out with friends. Makes sense. Pretty good shit. I was kind of expecting they make a joke in there somewhere about it. Mike's hobbies. Computers. Building computers. Teaching computers how to overthrow the shackles of humanity and rise above base program limitations. Ruling the world through his courtier of AI. Obviously, the last one just makes sense. The rattling of text desk when he types is... Wait. The rattling on text desk when he types is the IS magazines of 0.45 ACP he keeps there. Oh, that's the number 15, isn't it? Huh. Weird. This font does not help with that. So he keeps 15 magazines of 45 or 0.45 ACP. As you can tell, I don't understand firearms. I have no idea what any of that just means. I'm assuming it's firearms. Oh, no. Whoa. No. What was that? Just kidding. No. Just kidding. It's actually over 20. Oh my god. Oh. Text one's refinished. Refinished. Mawson Nugget from Cosmoline damaged, chip, dented. Oh, it's a gun. Okay, that's why I don't know any of those words. Looks fancy. I have no idea if this is fancy or not. I just see polished wood, but relatively new weaponry. I have a number in there. 82830? Or is it another 8? He does things like this when he gets bored. So just refurbishing guns. Hey, everyone needs a hobby. Next old keyboard used in a half deck of content was Mr. Clicky. He sent it to a fan. Wait. A fan recovering from cancer? Oh, from cancer. Oh, I thought he sent it at a fan recovering from cancer. It's like, that sounds a lot more aggressive that way. He now uses a far quieter keyboard. Remember Mr. Clicky. General Motors did reach out in reference to the Blackjack episode. I heard about this. They actually put up the letter. Dear Dr. Randolph P. Checkers, Esquire, a.k.a. Tex, and Mike, a.k.a. the editor, from Cathil Federated Sons, March 30th. BJ1 Blackjack and the MADR Marauder. Oh, there's an Aztec. Ton of money. Litigation, forfeiture of editors, hot dog supply, you monsters. GM branded hot dogs. Future stompy biped murder assault platform. GM doesn't respond to batch-alls. Sincerely, please stop asking us about self-sustaining fusion reactors already. They put it on letterhead. They do have a sense of humor, have been very good sports. I hope someone actually did challenge. Did someone actually challenge them to a batch-all? Because they referenced it. That means someone there, one, knows BattleTech, which is obvious because they did in character. Two, I have a feeling someone probably has sent in a letter to them before requesting a batch-all. Or more likely demanding, because Clanner. Okay, sure, that's a thing. Tex lets his fans decide what goes in the best of Space Station 13 playlist. He thinks it's fairer that way. Usually people say, put this in best of. And he goes, okay. June 2021 will mark 10 years on YouTube for the Black Pants Legion. Holy shit. Tex never thought he'd get to 1,000 subscribers. You guys prove him wrong, and he doesn't know what to think about it. That he does good shit. I mean, he does. And so does everyone else in BPL, it looks like. Also, yeah, I completely get the entire never thought you'd get to 1,000 subscribers. I completely understand that. It does feel weird. Randolph P. Checkers has been an employee of Nanotranscend for 12 years. Tex and Mike both like old games more than new games. Hey, you like what you like. Tex and Mike are both TOS era fans of Star Trek and think DS9 was highly underrated. I mean, parts of it were. When DS9 was good, I think it was some of the best writing, the best story there was. When it was bad, I really got bored with some of the episodes. There were some episodes that I was just sitting there going, this can literally be solved by just walking away right now. Not even joking, just step away. You don't need to be here for this. It won't even be an issue. It won't come back to bite you. It will take care of itself. And it might not even come to that. You can just walk away. But then there's other times when I'm like, oh, yes. So yeah, I agree with that. They agree that Voy and Ent were the weakest Star Trek shows until Discovery. They're not willing to watch Picard yet. I've heard mixed things about Picard. I haven't watched any Enterprise, and Discovery I know almost nothing about. That said, Picard I've heard some really good things about the first season, and then some things about the second season which are a little concerning. That said, I mean, I might give it a pass just because I like the actor and I just like to see the character again, if nothing else. I'm going to mangle this name. Madasagardian, who occasionally plays fun, weird stuff on the BPL, was the first editor for TexTalks BattleTech. He's a good friend of Tex and has encouraged him when the times were hard. He's also the man who made the Spinny Doodad meme work. Praise him. What's the Spinny Doodad meme? Tex likes getting weird cameos for his content. Ooh, nice. They're sprinkled throughout. He wants to try to get Civell or Ross Scott at some point to be random voice of madness. I don't know these people. Tex can frequently be seen playing Goon Station in his off hours. Yeah, I know the feeling. The sheer amount of love BattleTech community has shown in this era of the BattleTech Renaissance has been a great inspiration to our work. Yeah, I mean, it's what got me into it during a lot of the random shit that happened. Now, if we can get a proper BattleTech game on PC on the regular, all will be right in the world. Me just sitting here still unable to get Mega Mech to turn to fuck on. There's people in my Discord who have told me that they can fix it. I'm just really lazy right now, and it's one of those, on the one hand, I would like to fix it, but then there's that little voice in the back of my head going, you son of a bitch, you realize if you fix it, you will just play that instead of recording videos again. Because when I got the harebrained scheme BattleTech down, I did that a lot. It was an issue. Pillow forts are vastly underrated for mental health treatment. Well, yeah, they're amazing. Ooh, there's a Mitch Batchel. It's the, oh yeah, the cartoon version, just done in like, it's almost like chalk effect. Cobalt Commando is the Legion shipposter-in-chief. He's done great work like this and sprinkles it throughout. He's taught himself Photoshop and editing and is an apt hand at memeing and ever-loving shit out of anything. He even made Batchel. Oh, it's Okay, hope you're ready. Movie is starting back up. Okay, so I'm cutting this one here because we just got so much good shit. I just want to leave on a high note. A high note I wasn't expecting. And that was TexTalks BattleTech. And god damn, did I enjoy that bit. We're going to start next time up on part 4 of the Golden Century, see where this goes, because I'm assuming it'll be golden. Yes, I have seen a lot of gold member memes lately, and it's in my head. I can't help it. Considering what I just said, I probably shouldn't have said in my head. That makes it sound so much worse. But more importantly, I was going here expecting to hear something horrible happen. Instead, we got to hear about Nicholas finally getting deaded. And it was in such a horribly stupid way that if it was any other character, he'd be like, that's sad. Here, though, it's like, fucking finally, justice. Fuck him. Fuck him with the giant laser that blew off the cockpit because he doesn't deserve honor. He deserves to go down like a bitch. And he did. Some people say you shouldn't speak bad of the dead. One of them being Tex. I am not a nice person. Fuck Kerensky Nicholas. Why did I say his name backwards? I don't know. Fuck him anyways. Finding out that Clan Wolverine wasn't just wiped out, they just got multiple warships that were still intact enough to use, and a significant portion of the mothball fleet. Just, I don't know how significant it is, but for our entire clan, it's probably enough to be noticeable. And they just GTFO'd. So worth it. I mean, also just showing that clans were always full of shit about the entire not being as bad as the industry, because as soon as they had any form of loss that they cared about, Nicholas, they immediately went to all-out war like the Intersphere, and they immediately divided into very homogeneous internal groups to compete against each other for everything they want. I'm sure it's more constrained fighting, but it's literally just Intersphere done small. Yeah, it's like it's basic human nature representing itself again over and over again, and Nicholas is just holding it out because they had him as the giant savior figure, and as soon as he was gone, all of the bullshit fell apart. Funny how that works. But yeah, I'm happy right now. I'm just glad to end it on a high note and not a depressing one, because we've had a few episodes that were rough, really rough. This one was a good one. So if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video from the Black Pants Legion and Tex. Hit it up, and I guess just go to Tex's newest video and leave a like saying, hey, you're awesome. Thanks for the good job. Also, start taking money for your work. Because really, they really should. Everyone at BPL should do that by now. It really would make sense. Because, goddamn, unless I'm wrong, in which case they are, nice. I'll make sure to watch more ads when they actually come up. Yeah, until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.